Yo, what's good, everybody? I'm JD Yusuf, the Mr. Impeccable. And I know you may be wondering who the Mr. Impeccable is. Well, I'm going to tell you, man. The Mr. Impeccable is a serial entrepreneur, a universal thought leader, and the founder of Impeccable World. And I also know you may be wondering what my Impeccable World is. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you, man. My Impeccable World is a conglomeration of different businesses offering different services across different strata of life. In my Impeccable World, we stand for integrity, love, and excellence. What it means is our services are provided from a life of integrity, a heart of love, and a spirit of excellence. In my Impeccable World, I've got impeccable wares, I've got impeccable drummers, I've got impeccable autos, I've got impeccable realty, I've got impeccable cleaners, I've got impeccable marketplace, I've got impeccable ideas, I've got impeccable quotes, I've got impeccable affirmation, and many more impeccable services to come. Now you may be wondering, man, you want to do all things? Not really. You know, the emergence of my Impeccable World came about from a realization of the fact that I've been blessed by God. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I realized that God has blessed me with a whole lot of gifts and talents and, passions and, with a burning desire to be very productive, a burning desire to serve humanity, with a burning desire to be purposeful. You understand what I'm saying? So I remember when I was coming up, like I was age 9, my mama took me to an art school because she realized that I was able to draw. I used to draw things, as a small boy that I was. So she took me to an art school where I learned how to draw professionally. I was making billboards and signboards, making a little money for myself as a very small boy. You know what I mean? Like, I could have something for myself going on, buy stuff for myself and buy stuff for my parents too. And along the line, I had to learn so many gifts. So many skills. I mean, it's funny, man. I learned carpentry, barbing, then I went to fashion. I learned how to make clothes, because my mom was a tailor and we had a sewing machine in my house, so I wanted to explore that. So I went to an a fashion school. I learned how to sew, so that was the beginning of my Impeccable Wares. And right from when I was small, like, I've always been a drummer. Like, when I was very, very small, I was the youngest drummer in my church, playing drums, playing to the glory of God, hallelujah. I was playing drum in my church, so I was being known as a drummer, a drummer and then a fashion designer. But along the line, as I was growing, as I was evolving, as I was discovering myself, I began to discover the entrepreneurial side of myself. And so I went fully into entrepreneurship, began to study, began to, dig deep to know myself better. Studying, reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, taking courses, I became very much interested in entrepreneurship, you know what I mean? So I had to switch from being a musician to being a full-time entrepreneur. Now, I was known for my tailoring, so I came up with Impeccable Wares, which was a passion to make clothes for people, you know what I'm saying? So I was doing African native wears, majorly, you know what I'm saying? My clientele came to me because they wanted clothes, African native wears, and then a little bit of contemporary wears. I remember in 2023, I began to have passion for real estate and other things, so I took some courses in real estate. And then when I was serving, I decided to drop my fashion aside and go into real estate. And I started in 2024, my journey into real estate started, man. So I became a realtor while I was serving, helping my fellow corps members to get houses, helping people to get houses, and the passion began to grow and grow and grow and grow. Along the line, I developed a passion for cars, I love cars, so I used to tell myself I'm gonna get a very good car for myself, And not just for myself, I want to be able to help people to get cars for themselves too. I want to help you get your dream car, you feel me? So I added Impeccable Autos, So Impeccable Cleaners came as a result of the fact that most people, when they get houses for themselves, they might not be able to clean the house by themselves. So I decided to come up with a business to help them to clean the houses. You know what I'm saying? And so Impeccable Marketplace became an e-commerce platform as a result of the fact that I needed places to be advertising my houses, advertising my cars, advertising every product that I have, and to also help people who are into business to advertise their products and their services. So I had to come up with my Impeccable Marketplace, which is serving the purpose, and it will continue to serve the purpose. God's will. And then Impeccable Ideas came as a result of the fact that I discovered that I've been gifted with the gift of speaking, talking to people. I could inspire, motivate people, make them do the right things, Sometimes people come to me, when they're blank, they need somebody to encourage them. They come to me and I speak to them. Sometimes I speak to people and I see people crying, man. And I'm like, man, I could take this very seriously. So my desire is to be able to use my Impeccable Ideas to speak life into people, inspire, motivate them to take action and become the best version of themselves to materialize the goals and the dreams. You know what I'm saying? So Impeccable quotes, I realized that sometimes people may not be able to listen for a long time or read for a long time. They just need a little quote, just like a bullet, push them, So I came up with my Impeccable quotes. For the most part, my Impeccable quotes are the things I do tell myself. I use them to inspire, motivate myself to keep moving, I tell myself, So I want to also use them. They're my thought patterns, my ideologies about life, So I share with people too. My affirmations are the things I tell myself. For example, I always tell myself that I'm always at the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right things. And so I want to be able to transfer my ideologies to people. So when you believe it, you begin to see it change your reality. So in a bit to come up with everything, because I know that at the end of the day, I have to find a way to put everything together. Hence the emergence of my Impeccable, which was an idea, which was an attempt to put every service that I'll be providing into one place. So I had to come up with my Impeccable World as a conglomeration of different businesses offering different services across different strata of life. The Impeccable World is channeled towards the fashion sector. Impeccable Realty is channeled towards the real estate sector. Impeccable Autos is channeled towards the automobile sector. The Impeccable Marketplace is channeled towards the e-commerce platform, the e-commerce sector. Impeccable Ideas is channeled towards the educational sector, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to use my gifts to serve God, to serve humanity, because at the end of the day, that's the essence of living, everybody is here on earth for a specific purpose. You have something to contribute, Some people are tied to destiny, you know what I'm saying? So, I know that there are people who are waiting for me to be blessed by my gifts. I wasn't just gifted for no reason, So I just want to be able to use my gift to serve the better good of the universe and all that is in it. It's my Impeccable World, So like you seeing right here, I'm wearing Impeccable Wears. This is my logo. So I want you to get acquainted with this. You see my Impeccable logo. You see here. You see on my daughter, I always remind myself that I am impeccable. So these Impeccable Wears, more than just being a cloth, I want it to be something that reminds you of who you are. When you see this, you remember that you created in the image and likeness of God, because impeccable literally means perfect. And only God is being described as perfect. And when we talk about being perfect, we ain't talking about being literally perfect, because nobody can be perfect. But it's a process of conforming into the image and identity of God. God created us in His image and likeness. So when you remember that you are impeccable, you remember that you are created in the image and likeness of God. So my impeccable words are meant to remind you of your identity. That's what I'm saying. So much more than being a clothes to make you look good, it reminds you of who you are. That's what I'm saying. So just like when you see Nike, you see the good, it's Nike. When you see Adidas, it's Adidas. When you see the apple, the beaten apple, it's apple. So anytime you see this peacock, I want you to always remember impeccable, 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 impeccable. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Impeccable World by the Mr. Impeccable. I'm here to serve you the best way that I can, to live my life purposefully, play my own path, I mean, on this path. So thank you very much. I'm JD Yusuf, the Mr. Impeccable.